The super mini-sized Hyundai Bayon SUV makes its debut, offering plenty of practicality, sharp styling, advanced tech and mild hybrid power. Another new SUV from Hyundai is on the horizon, this time in the form of the i20-sized Bayon. The Hyundai Bayon is a city-friendly SUV that's roughly the size of the i20 hatchback and is an alternative to the Ford Puma and Volkswagen T-Cross. It's just been revealed with new mild hybrid tech as standard and a decent-sized boot, plus a 10.25-inch infotainment screen headlining the options list. Bold would be a fair way to describe the styling of the Hyundai Bayon. Up front, a huge grille sits below very thin headlights that make it look a bit like a scowling cat. Sharp creases are splashed down the side, with an optional two-tone roof adding a little more character. The rear of the Hyundai Bayon continues that split color theme as well. Narrow but tall taillights are connected by a thin light bar, and there's some silver cladding to make this dinky crossover look a little beefier. 15-inch steel wheels will come as standard on the Bayon, though they can be upgraded to 16 or 17-inch alloys if you'd prefer. All of the Hyundai Bayon's engines are linked up to 48-volt mild hybrid tech as standard, which works to cut emissions and fuel consumption by switching the engine off a little earlier than normal when coming to a stop. A range of 1-liter petrol engines is offered, with the most powerful a 120 horsepower unit. Hyundai hasn't given full details of the others yet though. You can pick between a 6-speed manual gearbox or a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic too. What exactly is the Bayon? Essentially, it's a crossover version of the i20 Super Mini for the European market. Rather than selling the venue available in North America and other regions, Hyundai has developed a separate B-segment model with an exterior design that won't leave you indifferent. From the funky split headlights to the Tucson-like sharp character lines and the boomerang LED light signature at the back, the Bayon is anything but conventional. While it's difficult to tell from the outside the little crossover is related to the i20, the dashboard design has been essentially carried over from the Super Mini. It gets the same pair of 10.25-inch screens, one for the instrument cluster and the other for the touchscreen infotainment, along with an identical continuous air vent design and switchgear. It's a similar story underneath the skin where the Bayon inherits the subcompact hatchback's oily bits. The base engine is a naturally aspirated 1.2-liter gasoline engine with a mighty 84 horsepower channeled to the road via a classic 5-speed manual gearbox. Step up to the turbocharged 1-liter 3-cylinder engine and you get 100 horsepower along with the choice between a 6-speed manual or an optional dual-clutch, 7-speed automatic. Available exclusively with mild hybrid tech, the 120 horsepower version of the 1.0-liter turbo gets the same gearboxes as the 100 horsepower configuration of the same 3-pot engine. Since the take rate for all-wheel drive in this segment is rather low, Hyundai will sell the Bayon only with a front-wheel drive layout to keep it simple and affordable. There's a 411-liter boot in the Hyundai Bayon 2, putting it ahead of Mazda CX-3, with a 350-liter capacity though a bit behind the Ford Puma's 456-liter boot. Some are probably wondering what is the point of the Bayon when Hyundai already has the similarly sized Kona. Well, that's a good question, and the South Korean brand will likely advertise this as a more practical, value-oriented crossover for those who don't need all-wheel drive or an EV version. It also looks significantly different while sending out the same quirky vibe as the more established Kona. That said, the two models will likely overlap to some degree, but we're sure Hyundai has crunched the numbers before deciding to give the Bayon the proverbial green light. After all, it's not an all-new car as this is more along the lines of a jacked-up i20 with different bodywork to capitalize on the crossover boom.
Subscribe to Auto TV.